Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited. Massive aerial assault targets Iran. NASA to add low Earth orbit plan for Artemis. Piper to offer digital pilot logbook. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Cam Walton. Let's get into today's stories. Massive aerial assault targets Iran. After months of warning, the U.S. has partnered with Israel in attacks on Iran. The primary actions involved in this action involve extensive aerial assets, including fighter and bomber targeting of Iranian targets, along with Tomahawk and related munitions used to affect the pacification of offensive targets. Primarily missile batteries, along with missile manufacturing and support centers. The Israeli Air Force took on targets that included command and control, including the postulated location of much of Iran's leadership, reportedly resulting in the death of the so-called supreme leader of the nation. For its part, Iran fired extensive missile barrages against Israel and several American targets, including surrounding Arab nations. While Israel has extensive anti-missile resources, a number of missiles and armed drones did hit targets in major Israeli cities such as Tel Aviv. Iranian fighter activity has not been noted as being too concerning in light of the fact that much of its fighter inventory is old and often in disrepair, including about 100 60-year-old F-4 Phantoms and F-14 Tomcats, though they reportedly still have as many as 30 MiG-29 Fulcrums. The commercial airline activity has been curtailed significantly due to the current actions, as well as damage to commercial aviation infrastructure. Initial reports suggest that the first 48 hours of the offensive has been highly effective in minimizing the military capabilities of Iran, to the point where the nation now appears to be asking for some discussions with U.S. authorities. After the break, B-29 Doc summer tour includes Sioux Falls.
It's time to upgrade your power plant to the first FAA-certified clean sheet engine design in over 60 years. Delta Hawk's jet fuel-powered liquid-cooled turbocharged engine produces turbine performance at 40% better fuel efficiency of typical reciprocating engines, while also achieving exceptional reliability and significant reduction in cost of ownership. Reserve your engine package today at deltahawk.com.
Direct Fly USA proudly introduces the new Alto NG, a single-engine, two-seat light sport aircraft for the North American market. This simple, all-metal aircraft design provides low-maintenance cost, easy, comfortable access, and responsive flight controls. Equipped with the Rotax 912 engine and a ballistic parachute, the Alto NG is reliable and safe. Learn more about the Alto NG at directflyusa.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. B-29 Doc summer tour includes Sioux Falls. The B-29 Doc, one of only two Boeing B-29 Superfortress bombers still airworthy and flying, will stop in July at Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The tour stop will feature ride flight opportunities for 2 days before the Sioux Falls Air Show, scheduled for July 18 through 19. Ground and cockpit tours for the public will not be available while Doc is at Sioux Falls Regional Airport. Instead, Doc's presence before the Sioux Falls Air Show will help promote and raise airshow awareness, while giving people a unique opportunity to fly in the historic World War II era bomber. EAA Pheasant biplane restoration update. EAA's rare 1920 H-10 Pheasant biplane is in the midst of a significant static restoration after windstorm damage in 2022. EAA Chapter 640 in Wausau, Wisconsin, fabricated 80 new wing ribs for all 4 wings using Sitka spruce and plywood. Brass brad nails were sourced, and glue samples were made and saved for brake testing for every batch of glue mixed. 2-part epoxy was approved via FAA field approval, as opposed to the original resorcinol glue. Meanwhile, Sitka spar stock was purchased to fabricate new wing spars for all 4 wings. Boeing 3D prints ice to test 777-9 performance. Boeing engineers recently completed a round of icing testing on the aircraft using hundreds of precisely designed shapes attached to the wing to simulate ice accumulation in flight on a new level of realism. Throughout the nearly 85-day icing campaign, The team developed nearly 600 required shapes, each representing a different thickness, geometry, and flight condition outlined in certification rules. These pieces were mounted on the aircraft surface to show how worst-case ice buildup scenarios could alter aerodynamics during flight. FAA issues airworthiness directive on 737 circuit breaker issue. The Federal Aviation Administration has issued an airworthiness directive that covers all Boeing 737-8, 737-9, and 737-8-200 models to address a circuit breaker issue that could lead to an air conditioning malfunction causing excessively high temperatures in the cabin and flight deck. The directive requires revising the airplane's flight manual within 30 days to provide flight crews with operating procedures if a certain circuit breaker trips, causing an air conditioning malfunction. The FAA said the directive covers 2,119 airplanes worldwide, including 771 U.S. registered airplanes. Well, that's it for our trip around the patch. Now let's return to the rest of the news. NASA to add low Earth orbit plan for Artemis. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman has announced a major overhaul of the agency's Artemis moon program, quote, to get back to basics, end quote. Isaacman said he has recognized the agency's plan to land astronauts on the moon in 2028 was not realistic without another preparatory mission first to lay the groundwork. NASA is increasing its cadence of missions under the Artemis program to return astronauts to the moon. This includes standardizing vehicle configuration, adding an additional mission in 2027, and undertaking at least one surface landing every year thereafter. As teams prepare to launch Artemis 2 in the weeks ahead, the Artemis 3 mission, now in 2027, will be designed to test systems and operational capabilities in low Earth orbit to prepare for an Artemis 4 landing in 2028. So, NASA will now add an additional flight in 2027, in which astronauts will dock with new commercial moonlanders in low Earth orbit for detailed tests of navigation, communication, propulsion, and life support systems, and to verify rendezvous procedures. The announcement came 2 days after release of a sharply worded report from NASA's independent Aerospace Safety Advisory Panel that deemed the existing plans too risky. After these messages, Piper offered Digital Pilot Logbook.
I grew up in an aviation family. My dad flew airplanes and flew air shows actually, so ever since I was 3 years old, the only thing I've ever wanted to do was be an air show pilot. It's cliche, but I get to live my dream every single day. I'm currently using the Hartzell Talon, the new aerobatic propeller. It's increased the performance of the airplane. It's made the harmonics balance throughout the airplane so much better. By far the best aerobatic propeller that I've ever flown behind.
Looking for a new generation of proven and efficient aviation power plants that boast modern engineering, electronic ignition, and both direct and gear drive systems? With 100 horsepower to 240 horsepower, the Skyline and Redline engines offer uncommon value in an overpriced industry. Whether you are looking for fixed wing or rotor, MW Fly Americas has been established to service the American market with dedication and expertise. MWFlyAmericas.com.
Welcome back. Piper offered Digital Pilot Logbook. Piper Aircraft is doing a strategic collaboration with AIROS, the Intelligent Digital Pilot Logbook designed to reduce administrative workload and allow pilots and training organizations to focus more on flight time. The AIROS Digital Pilot Logbook offers users meaningful operational advantages, including reduced check ride cancellations due to logbook errors or missing requirements, and significant savings in administrative time. Quote, "This collaboration reflects a shared commitment to supporting flight schools nationwide by bringing modern, intelligent digital tools into the training environment. AIROS helps flight schools and CFIs operate more effectively and enhances the student's experience, delivering a more professional, technology-forward training journey from day one," end quote, said Captain David Spector, AIROS founder and CEO. Piper and AIROS' collaboration will be a new initiative to expand the benefits currently available to Flight School Alliance members, affirming a fleet ownership model that focuses on added value. Quote, "Piper Aircraft is committed to delivering the best flight training aircraft solutions that enrich students' lives throughout their flight training journey," said Ron Gunnarsson, Vice President of Sales, Marketing, Customer Support, and Quality at Piper Aircraft. By combining Piper Aircraft's trainer manufacturing expertise with AIROS' smart digital logbook platform, we continue to strengthen the suite of benefits offered to Flight School Alliance members. End quote. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to add us on social media. Thanks for watching.